Hi everyone and welcome for this tutorial. We are going to paint a cloth with wet blending. We are going to use some chalk lilac from Montana paint, some red vermilion from Prince Auguste, and some white from Procolor, some Abaddon black from Games Workshop, and some Troll Slayer orange from Games Workshop 2. For the first step, I'm going to use some chalk lilac from Montana. I'm going to use this very diluted. Just to be sure, I'm going to have a paint always wet when I'm going to push my second color, the red vermilion, on the down of the cloth. That's going to help me to create my transition more easily for beginning, and that will give me the possibility to make more clean transition and more quickly. So now with my red vermilion, I come back and I put this on all the down of the miniatures, on the clothes, and that's going to create more easily my transition. Now I come back again with the red and I push highlights on every edges, just to have very clear distinction between the different elements of my clothes. I come back with a mix between Troll Slayer and red vermilion. Once again, I'm going to step by step reduce the surface I'm going to paint, and this time I really focus on every recess. I come back now to create my highlights on the purple part. For that, I'm going to use my mix between my chalk lilac and my white from Procolor, and I am going to focus once again on the part who takes the more the light on all the up of the miniatures. I continue, and step by step I'm going to add more and more white and focus on the smaller and smaller surfaces to create more highlights and to have nice transition. I come back once again, and this time with more and more white into my mix. This kind of method is pretty easy to practice, so don't hesitate to try from your side. That will be very helpful for you for your next paint. Now I'm using some Abaddon black just to push more shadow and make some distinction between my different elements. As you can see on my finger, this is a very diluted black because this is a very covering color, so you need to dilute more. Now I come back with some Troll Slayer orange, and I focus on the smaller surfaces, on the recesses of the down of the miniatures. Just for you to know, I don't dilute too much the Troll Slayer because it's not a very covering color, so every time you have a different kind of color, you need to think about if it's very covering and you want a very light effect, you need to dilute a lot. Now I come back again and just put some light with some point and line of mix with white and Troll Slayer, and now I make some layer just to have more fine and small and thin line of highlight. So by coming back with my red vermilion, I'm going to redefine the different thin of my different highlight. Now I check, I push again my shadow with some chalk lilac very diluted, just to be sure my transition will be as good as possible. Don't hesitate if you have the possibility to try these techniques. As you can see, it's pretty simple, and that will be very helpful for your next paint. I come back just with white to push a little bit more highlight, and that will be finished. As you can see on the pictures. The next tutorial will be about creating some freehand, some spiral in freehand. So that will be the next tutorial. Don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel and to share my channel to your group of painter. Don't hesitate to follow me on Facebook and Instagram and become my Patreon, so you can access to a group, and I come every week to make some feedback on your work. That can be very helpful to progress quickly. Thank you for watching and see you soon.